Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of Back to the Lab, a Tekken podcast. I'm Keith, also known as DukeKC, and my co-host is...
I'm Peter Waimau.
Yep. And basically, how long has it been since the last episode? It's been 3 weeks, I believe.
I think it's been 3 weeks, or maybe 2. I mean, it's getting close.
It's pretty close to, yeah. It's somewhere around that area. How's that quarantine life been? How's the move been? Because for the people who don't know, Peter's been on the move during this period.
That's right. I've been moving. Originally, I was in New York. Now I'm basically fully moved over to Maryland. And anybody who doesn't know, leaving New York, you have to quarantine yourself for a minimum of 2 weeks before you do anything, like go out to buy groceries or run any errands. I'm still in quarantine. This Friday, though, will have been 2 weeks.
Oh.
So I can
leave
go
the
see
house.
My parents.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's been a tough move, I assume.
Especially during this time, and I had no idea how much shit I have. I have way too much stuff. Need to downsize, but I'm actually buying more furniture, I haven't downsized enough.
Sounds like a hassle. Yeah.
Yeah. How's everything going in Singapore?
Our circuit breaker lockdown. It's not really a lockdown, but it's more of it's basically like a quarantine period, basically for Singaporeans, and it's been extended by another month until June, which is Jesus Christ. And basically now they're closing even more stores and companies where they can't. They have to work from home now. And essential services are still online, so grocery shopping, you can still do that. Some food outlets will be closed. I think bakeries might be closed now as well, which is...
They don't do delivery? They can't do delivery, like leave it outside your door and stuff?
Deliveries, you can still do deliveries, I think. But like stuff like bakeries that don't do deliveries, I don't know how they're going to go about that. But yeah, it's been okay. Honestly, I've been pretty chill. I haven't had much of a difference. Staying at home is fine.
You're not working anymore, right?
No.
Right?
Well, my workplace is still, I think, under renovation. So, and besides, even if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't want to go out and work anyway. So yeah, it's been fine. Yeah. So,
all right.
On to our Tekken topics.
Yes.
Now that we are done with the small talk. Recently, the 3.30 update dropped and ignited a lot of negative reactions from the community. Everyone was yelling at Michael Murray on Twitter. Why would you sidewalk if you can just block it? And then now they have dropped the 3.31 update, which is aimed to fix and address some of the complaints and long-running complaints for the previous versions of the game.
Right.
So yeah, I guess you can start out with your thoughts on the changes first. Why not?
Okay, so the main thing that I want to address for this patch, at least, is I think this is definitely in the right direction. As we know, Tekken is a fairly balanced game already, but this patch from the developers seems to aim more towards bringing the characters that are very low tier, in our opinion, in terms of tournament play and quite possibly online play as well, into more of a potential, like, I guess, like bringing the low tier up to a potential threat.
Right.
For instance, characters like Katarina, who don't see very much play anymore. Characters like Gigas, who never really saw very much play. I think Gigas is like pretty bottom 5 in terms of appearances in tournaments and even online play. And then characters like Elize, who don't see very much play at all. I think the only pro that we ever saw was Chanel. That's it.
Abel de Maestro as well, but yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is definitely a great step in the right direction versus just honing and tweaking the top 15 characters, right?
Yep.
Like characters like Steve or characters like Kazumi, or the characters that we see most often. I think this is definitely a step in the right direction, because there are players who play these bottom 10 characters, bottom 5 characters, and it would be great to have an even more balanced game.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was one of the big complaints about when the 3.30 changes dropped. That's when it really hit people. It's like they always changed like the top 20 characters, like they buff nerf these and then ignore the rest of them. Like they don't even change them at all, which is what they're trying to not do now with the 3.31 update. So like Katarina, Gigas, Elize, these are characters that never really saw any changes throughout the lifespan of the game. Even let's like ignoring like the minor buffs that they get every season or whatnot, or nerfs, whatever they get. It doesn't really shift their place in the tier list. And while I don't think that this patch also shifts their place in the tier list, I think like you said, it's a good step in the right direction, because it means they're actually starting to listen to the community feedback, which wasn't necessarily the case before.
The other thing is, I think this shift slowly will change so that there won't be any more C tier characters, right? I mean, it all really depends on how you structure the tier list. If you have a tier list that goes from, let's say, S plus all the way to F tier, you could divide it in such a way that it would be like certain characters are F tier.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you really take a step back and look at it, I would say that you could put characters in like S plus to C tier. But in this case, looking at a tier list like that, I think that they should slowly balance the characters so that there's no more C tier list characters, right? And it's just S plus to B tier characters.
Yep.
Just so that characters don't have glaring weaknesses, right? It's okay to have weaknesses. That's perfectly fine, because that's how you play around a character. But you shouldn't have giant glaring weaknesses that just can't be dealt with.
Yeah. Weaknesses make a character interesting with the way you work around them. So it's definitely good to have weaknesses, but that's some characters are just like, man, why do you even play these guys?
Yeah.
So let's start with the big change, the reversion of the Hellsweep tracking from 3.30. It's now been changed so that it's gone back to the original tracking, and now you can very easily sidewalk it again, as just like before. I mentioned this in my 3.31 video. I think that's a good move, but like you said in the last episode, the electric was a bigger issue, which I stole that clip from my video.
Doing your work for you.
But to me, the electric was a bigger issue than the Hellsweep. Mishima players generally, if you really want that Hellsweep to hit, you would wave dash to realign with the opponent. So the Hellsweep tracking increase, it was a big change, but I think at high level play it mattered a bit less. But the electric one is still a huge issue. Not being able to whiff punish an electric when you duck it, or when you're afar and you want to like down forward to that shit, you can't do it anymore, and it's like you said, it feels bad. It really feels bad.
It feels bad, It
feels really bad.
So I like this change, but at the same time, I would rather have the opposite again.
Same.
Where you go back, revert it, so that the electric ends up being, where it was, being able to duck it and whiff punish it. And then you can have the tracking, whatever. You can have the tracking on the Hellsweep.
Yep. I think I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think the Mishimas doesn't really change much, I guess, for this. I think the electric was still a big issue. Hopefully they will consider reverting that, but we'll have to see how it goes. The big changes, though, were to the buffs to the characters that we consider, for the most part, characters that we consider low tier. So Katarina, Gigas, and Elize all received, I would say, nice quality of life changes. How drastic they will be, time will tell. but we can go over the Katarina one first.
Sure.
Her Harrier one is now knockdown counter hit, which is knockdown on counter hit, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It helps her 4-string for people who try to punish it, because now it's way more rewarding if you do Harrier 1. And then she got minor frame data changes, her running 3, which is a pretty shit running 3, went from +1 to +5. It's still a shit running 3, but it's slightly better. And
I think this is actually very important in some ways, because it just helps bring those types of moves more in line with other people's, right? Like, for instance, most people who have a running 3, like a slash kick, it's like +7, I believe, on block.
I think Mishima's have like +9.
Yeah. But it's like, on average, it's like +7 on block. So, having +5, it at least allows for something like, if you really want to YOLO like a hop kick, you can YOLO a hop kick to read something that they're going to press something. And if you want to do something like a Magic 4, you can at least come out on top. Because at +1...
It was really nothing.
It was really nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to respect a +1 all the time, right? Certain situations I might, but not all the time. Yeah. So in that sense, I think this is a great quality of life change, as you said.
Yeah. I don't like the buffs to her lows, though. Going from -1 to +1 and neutral to +1. Full crouch down forward 4 and down forward 3+4. I don't like
exactly fast lows either.
The down forward 3+4 is 25 frames. Full crouch down forward 4 is 18, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so they're already not fast like lows. So that's why I'm thinking that they could have made the full crouch down forward 4 probably a little bit more plus.
What?
And the same, yeah.
What?
I think they could actually. Yeah, I think they could made it. Like, I think they could have made it like +5.
What? Wait, what? +5?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I think they could have made it +5, and then the full down forward 3+4. I think they could have probably made it like +3, +2 to +3.
I think having these gimmicky like lows, especially since these lows are so annoying. Even online play aside, they're already super annoying in online play, but even offline they're pretty annoying to deal with. And these are really like gimmicky lows. I don't like the giving gimmicky moves extra stuff. That's my point. I guess that they're her only good
Brian's
lows.
hatchet kick is +5, and it counter hits into something.
I think Katarina's as well. I think hers counter hits into something.
Yeah, I think you can get a guaranteed axle kick afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the changes to the lows, but everything else I really like. Like the minor frame data changes are fine. They're cool.
Yeah, Harrier 1 is also a good change because
Harrier 1's a really good change.
Because it prevents opponents from just mashing out on certain circumstances and allows you to get that counter hit.
Yeah. And it basically makes Harrier a bit more scary because it kind of wasn't before, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gigas Changes.
Okay, I'm going to let you take it away on Gigas Changes because I don't know too much about Gigas.
I don't really know much about Gigas Changes either, but first one, this is a minor one. I don't know how minor it is, but his main approach tool in forward 2, God, that move is annoying. It got 5 more damage. I don't know how I feel about this. I mentioned it in the last episode. I don't like damage increases in the game anymore. So, but you know what? Fine. Let him have it. His wall bounce, Golem 2, is now neutral on block, going from -8 to neutral. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
And it recovers 3 frames faster as well on hits. So wall combos are a bit more consistent. What else? His while standing 2-3, that's I think the big one. While standing 2-3 and while standing 2-4 both are more delayable by 9 frames. So before, if you did while standing 2-3, the opponent couldn't interrupt you for the while standing 2-3. They couldn't push a button in between. So even if they were mashing, they wouldn't they wouldn't get hit by it's kind of like a jail. They wouldn't get hit by the second hit because it just doesn't register in. But now, because of the extra delay, they can push a button in between, and the while standing 2-3, the second hit would actually counter hit and hit them. So there's a bit more mind games now. Do they be patient, where they have to eat the Hwoarang 2-4 into the Goliath stance for the mix-up, or they push a button and then get counter hit and potentially wall splat by Hwoarang 2-3, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice change. I think that's really good. But his downfall 4, 1+2 as well, now is a natural counter hit combo. That should have been a natural counter hit combo to begin with. I was surprised that it wasn't, honestly. That looks like a string that would be. But these changes, I've seen on Twitter some people feel like these changes, they look really good on paper, right? And then like people are very happy, but I think people are happy not because these changes are super significant. It's because Gigas got any changes at all. Like any buffs at all.
I mean, here, let's put it this way. The fact that the character is getting noticed by the developers is a step in the right direction.
Oh, definitely.
That's the way that I see it.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just get on the bandwagon and be like, oh my god, you guys, like, this is all the changes
Dude, you didn't do shit.
Like, you didn't do shit. Like,
Yeah.
right? I think that just even getting buffs on a underrepresented character is very important and a step in the right direction. Now we know that, hey, look, they're at least trying to address it.
Right.
If it's not perfect, they can
Fix it,
It's
yeah.
a game that can always be patched more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that is amazing in nowadays, because imagine back in the day in the arcades, like if something was
Yeah.
broken, it was just broken. Like you have to wait for the next arcade edition to come out, and then they're gonna release a bunch of new machines and
Yeah.
like stuff to, you know, boards to get it all working.
Very true.
So the benefits of having this all be online games and such, I think is very, very important in the life cycle of Tekken 7, and partially why it's so successful, because it's able to constantly address issues and buffs and this and that.
Yep.
But I, like you said, I keep harkening back to this. This is a lot of quality of life changes. One of the changes that I think they should have probably done is Gigas' sidestep 2. That move is
Trash.
I want to say almost complete garbage, because it's like 30. Is it 30 something frames to come out?
It's really slow. It's pretty.
It's like 30 something frames to come out. If I'm
It might be. Yeah, but it's really slow.
I did a I did a video on homing moves, and then it's like some homing moves are better than others, like pause back 1. Like fantastic homing move.
He got the
sidestep
worst
2,
homing move. Yeah.
Not so great,
Yeah,
right?
That's so bad.
So like, if you wanted to make this move truly good, I think you cut down on the frames and make it like 20 frames on startup.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah, 20 frames on startup.
20 frame startup, and then you have the sidestep frames, which are additional frames.
Yeah.
So that would be like
So, like,
26 to 29 frames or whatever. That's fair.
Yeah. But now that like right now it's like I want to say 30 frames. Somebody double check.
It's probably around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that it used to be like minus 12.
Yeah,
like,
that was insane.
Why would I use this?
That's such a bad
Why would I
move.
use this?
I'm glad they made it safe.
Sure.
God, minus 12 on such a shitty move. And it's a high. That's real bad.
So, yeah. I mean, look, like I said, step in the right direction. They can readdress this later.
Yeah. I think these quality of life changes, like, because they're quality of life, I don't think they're going to affect the character in a major way. So, that's why I say, like, it's not going to affect anyone's tier list. But, you know, it's cool. They're getting attention. Yep. So, very nice. The Elize changes are the ones that really intrigue me the most, though. I really like the Elize changes. The big change was to Moonglide 4. They reduced the damage of Moonglide 4, but now it's a floated knockdown. So she gets a free Dark Wave, she gets a down 4, and if you have meter,
kick, right?
if you have meter, you can do an EX dive kick or super for a combo. You
can do super too. Okay.
Yeah, you can do super, which is really, really cool. And that finally makes that Moonglide mix-up hella scary. Because before it was a knockdown, and the knockdown's cool. I think at the wall was pretty scary too, but now it's so much more rewarding, especially with the meter. I think that was a very, very good change. I like that a lot. And the same thing to her Moonglide 3-3 or 4-4-3-3. Now gives a combo on male characters, which makes her 4-4-3 mix up way scarier. Because before, why the hell would you not duck? 4433 sucked, and 4434 gave a combo that was and it was safe. So of course you would duck that. But now, it's a bit more blurred on whether you should duck it or not. I like the changes. Yeah.
That's good, yeah. And then there was the Leroy changes.
Oh boy.
All right. I guess I'll start this off.
Mm-hmm.
So Leroy's down forward 1 got
Christ.
changed. It was originally -1 and now it's -3
On block. Yeah.
right?
Fair.
And this is completely fair because
Fair.
most characters in the game that have some sort of extension,
Yep.
the first move on block is going to be
-3.
or -3, or the second move is going to be -3. Like Kazumi's 1-1.
Kazumi.
Right? Kazumi's
yeah.
1-1 used to be -1 on block. And
Down for
now
1 used to
it's
be -1 as well.
Down forward 1 also used to be -1, and now it's -3. So completely fair. This should be no surprise to anybody, and anybody who says like this is not fair, shut up. And then they changed the frames from +5 to +3.
That's a
I
big
kind of
one.
think this is a big one.
This is
I think it
excessive, I
should-
think.
I think this is excessive. I think it should be still +5.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it to be reduced in frames because
It's a
you've
down for
taken
1 on hit.
Yeah, it's a down for 1 on hit.
Yeah. Is there any
Like,
other
some
generic down
char-
for 1 that's +3 only on hit? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure every single one is at least +5.
I mean, are you talking about the 13 frame?
Like,
down
yeah,
forward ones?
generic 13 frame down for 1s. I don't think there's any that's only +3. Is there?
I can't think
I can't
of
name
any
one,
off
yeah.
the top of my head because most of them are like +5 to 7,
7, yeah.
+5 to +7 for like a down for 1, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So that's a little bit excessive in my opinion. Like there's no reason for it,
Mhm.
and
I agree.
why would you? Yeah, just why?
Yeah.
The other thing is changes to down forward 1-4. It went from -6 to -9.
Yep. That's fine. He still gets a
That's fine.
parry, though. Like, if you jab, I think he can still parry, or maybe you have to do a 12 frame move or a 13 frame before.
Yeah, but most parries in the game can also like. Even at
yeah,
-9,
true.
Yeah. And then the last change is, I think the last change is the frame advantage from +6 to +3.
+3. Yeah.
This is also excessive, in my
Yeah.
opinion, because he's now committed to this string. Like, you've committed to this string,
Yep.
you've gotten the hits, and now you get less frames.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You can't even
like,
get a
what-
frame trap with Hermit Forward 1, which is the screw counter hit launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even do that anymore.
Yeah. I think
So
I agree.
It's overboard, like, in terms of the nerfs. I understand that they want to nerf the character because it is frustrating to play against Leroy online. And incredibly
Even
annoying to
offline,
play.
dude.
Even offline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like down forward 1 and down forward 1-4, like, you've committed to the string, and also it's like down forward 1-4, like, you're already like -6 or -5 on block or something like that. Before, like, yeah, -6
Down-
before
-6,
on
yeah.
block. It just feels bad.
I don't mind the block frame changes, but the hit frame changes are a bit much. Yeah. His down forward 4-3 got damage reduction. That's fine. That's for his orbital combo, because his orbital uses that. But the big one is
Yeah.
to his down 2. Oh my god, this one.
Yes, this is
This is the
big.
biggest hit. So down 2 is probably Leroy's best low, I want to say. I think it's his best low. Do you think maybe down 3 down
Yeah, down 3 is also good.
Down 3 is really good, but I think down 2 was
Yeah.
probably the most annoying one to deal with. It was
Is that
-12,
high crushes?
high crush, fast, big range. It was -12. I thought that was pretty cheap, so I thought they were gonna make it -14. They didn't in the last patch, but now they made it -15.
And
on
it's
hit.
-4 on hit.
-4 on hit. That's insane. That is nuts. And if they do the full string down to 4, if they delay the 4, you can still launch them. So now there's
Yeah, you can sidestep you can like sidestep it, right? Or
I don't know if you can sidestep it, but you can definitely launch them for it if you block the first hit. And basically now there's no incentive to like delay the string, because you're probably gonna get launched if they block the first one. You should probably just rip it out. This is a big one. What do you think about this change?
I'm conflicted on this one, to be honest. I don't know where, like, if you want to make it, because now his move is kind of like Fahkumram's, right? Because Fahkumram is also like a character where his lows on hit, it's minus on hit.
Yeah, minus on.
Like pretty severely minus on hit, and they start up reasonably fast and then minus on block, like down 4
is
minus 16,
minus 16, yeah.
Minus 16, down 3 minus 16. So I think they could have made this probably minus 14.
Minus 14 is what I thought was going to be.
Yeah, minus 14 on block, and then do like a minus 2
on hit.
Yeah, that would have been probably a little bit better.
I think minus 4 on hit, it's big, but I'm honestly fine with that. But the minus 15 on block one, that was insane.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming for sure. I think they just saw like all the moves that were being annoying. Down for 1, down for 1/4. His combo damage is still too high off of orbital. Up for 3+4 was really annoying. So they're like, okay, let's target all of these moves and just take them out. Like, just hit them real hard. His up for 3+4, oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Went from minus 10 to minus 14. I think
this is huge.
I think that's fair though. God, up for 3+4 is so annoying, dude.
It is.
It's so annoying.
It is, because you couldn't, like, the extension to it.
Yeah. You can't interrupt it.
Duck it. You can't duck it.
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like you can't duck it, and it's the example that I want to bring to light to compare it to is Law's 3+4, right? 3+4, 4. 3+4, 4 is more or less a balanced move, because you could duck the second hit in the lower ranks if you know they're going to always throw it out, and you can get yourself a nice launch.
Yeah.
And then 3+4, if you're playing at the higher ranks, it becomes a mind game now.
Yep.
Where are they going to finish the string, or are they not going to finish the string? If they're not going to finish the string, you get a 10-frame punish.
Yep.
But in this case, now up forward 3+4, up forward 3+4 into extension doesn't even give you a combo.
No.
Right. So.
Well, Law's 3+4 for if only the second hit didn't give a combo either. But
yeah,
it's ballerina spin. Yeah, but same shit.
It's ballerina spin, which is like kind of scary too, because it's hella like plus.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that you can interrupt it with 10-frame moves though, or 11-frame moves as well, because it trades if you do a 12-frame move in between. So 11-frame to 10-frame moves, you can interrupt it, and option select punish it now basically.
Oh, you can sidestep the second hit.
Oh, you can? Oh, I guess now it does enough frames for you to.
You can sidestep the second hit.
Yeah. I'm too lazy. I'll take my 10-frame punish.
I believe you can
1, 2,
even
2.
sidestep into electric if you're on point. You can sidestep into electric if you're on
Damn, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a I think up for 3+4 and down 2 were probably like huge changes. Down for 1 is big too, but yeah, I guess all his changes are like just to his key moves that they saw being thrown out a lot, and they just took it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one I want to talk about is the Fahkumram one. But before Fahkumram, you want to talk about the Hwoarang change real quick?
Okay, yeah. So his hunting hawk, basically, it had an issue with specifically Fahkumram, where the full string, the third hit would whiff, even if the first 2 hit. So they decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the second hit lands, so that now it always hits on Fahkumram. That's just a bug fix for Fahkumram specifically with Hwoarang. And and then small stuff with Chloe. 2-2 just frame is easier to do, increase damage. That's cheap. I don't know why they did that. It was already pretty easy to do. Back one is a counter hit launcher, but it gives back turn combo.
It's only one button. You didn't have to do any inputs.
Yeah. Back one is now a counter hit launcher again, but it's a back turn combo instead of the original season 1 version, which is a normal counter hit launcher. And down 3+4 is now a natural combo. That's pretty good.
Yes.
That's hella good. Now she has a actually decent and fairly safe low. But yeah, that's about it for the.
I don't really like the character Lucky Chloe very much because
nobody does, dude.
I mean, I'm okay. Look, it's my second most understood character in terms of matchups.
Right.
But at the same time, down 3+4, Lucky Chloe generally doesn't have very many good low attacks.
No, she doesn't.
It's one of those characters that if you look at the surface, you're like, oh my god, how do I fight this fucking character? She's obnoxious. Like there's all these crushes.
She is though. She is.
You just have to be super patient.
God, I hate fighting Chloe. All right.
But down 3+4, I think it's interesting because what they did was they reduced the damage, right?
Now it does. Now it does 15 damage.
Yeah, it does 15 instead of 20. So
20. Yeah.
I think they could have just kept the 20 damage.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Like down
20 damage low? Are you sure you want that?
I think down 3+4 is not even that great. Like as I showed you before this podcast, like the extensions are not that great of an option to go for if somebody knows the matchup.
I think a 20 damage low would be pretty excessive. Especially one with extensions. I guess the extensions...
but it's minus on hit, dude. Like it's minus.
But that's like all lows. Almost all lows are minus on hit. I don't know. For me, it's...
That's not true. That is not true. You cannot say all lows are minus on hit.
I didn't say all... Okay, a lot of lows are minus on hit. Most lows are minus on hit. There's like characters with good lows, Byron +5 or whatever. But generally...
But that's like 20-something frames to start up.
Yeah. But I'm okay with...
You have to do a quarter circle.
All right, buddy. Okay, yeah. So I'm okay with the 15 damage. I think 20 damage would have been a bit annoying. 20 damage low? I'm not going to have that. Okay, you want to take the Fahkumram Changes?
Yeah, I'll take the Fahkumram Changes. Okay, so Fahkumram, I'll talk about his Rage Drive first, because this is probably the least well-known one.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah. So Fahkumram, depending on weird circumstances that could happen, his Rage Drive could do variable amounts of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what this did was just to equalize the damages. It's because his Rage Drive, like when he does it, he does the double knees into the dive kick.
Mm-hmm.
And the double knees part is, it could be like
20%
damage.
Yeah.
Or it could be like
26%.
Yeah, like 26%, or it could be like just 60%. Like it was just crazy. Like it didn't make any sense. How much damage it did.
It's a bug fix.
It's a bug fix.
Yeah.
And because the first hit probably didn't do a whole lot of damage on the first hit, most people didn't notice it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't you honestly would not notice the damage difference if you didn't go into practice mode, record it, and then watch it back in slow-mo.
Yeah.
So it's a bug fix basically. A glitch.
Because the skill part is the part where it does little damage. So
yeah,
it's not really it's like a few damage difference. It's not too bad. Yeah. Bug fix.
The down 3+4 frame advantage on hit from 0 to -3 frames. I don't think this really changes.
That's his rage out, right?
Yeah, this is rage art.
What's the difference?
Because after most rage arts, you're pushed far back, right? It makes very little difference. The only time where it would make a difference is
if you're close. Oh, I guess if you're like Lily or some shit where you end right next to your opponent, that would be important. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so at the wall is the only time this would ever make a difference. So this, he can't just throw out a down forward 1 immediately, but your opponent's grounded, so like why would you throw a down forward 1?
Yeah. That makes no difference.
So this also makes little to no difference. And the grab is probably the one that makes the most difference. So the grab used to be, I think, 14 frames to break total, right?
14 frame break window, yep.
Yeah, 14 frame break window. Now it's the same.
It's like every other throw. 20
every
frame.
Every other 11 frame throw.
Right.
Right?
Wait.
It's 11 frame throw? I think it's 11 frame.
Is it 11 frames? I don't know if it's 11 frames.
It's either 11 or 12 frame.
I think it's 12 because that's like standard throw speed, and then there's a few in the game that's like mad axis is a 10. There's a few 10 frame throws, but I think this one's 12.
A lot of the 1+2 throws are 11 frames. Like
oh really?
Brian's,
that's 11.
I
didn't know that.
Chains of Misery is 11 frames.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chains of Misery is 11 frame throw. And then like Giant Swing and Mad Axes are 10 frame.
Yep.
Are 10. But this is down forward 1+2 was the bane of everybody's existence playing against Fahkumram, especially if you were against the wall and Fahkumram was losing.
I hated it.
You knew this was coming. Like if you're against the wall and Fahkumram is losing, you know this throw is coming because it's like, okay, well, I gotta do something. What do I do? But something interesting to think about.
It's so annoying.
Is I believe in don't quote me on this, but I believe this throw prior to this patch, 14 frames, is actually Tekken Tag 2 in the prior Tekken
15
game.
frames.
Yeah.
15 frame break window in older games.
Which is very interesting because we're complaining about, oh my god, this throw is unbreakable.
Yeah, but like back then they were breaking that shit all day, dude.
Yeah, back then they were breaking that shit all day and nobody complained about it.
Yeah.
But nowadays we
not 20 frames.
oh my god, it's not 20 frames. How am I supposed to break this? So
yeah. Funny story, I actually played online recently again after like a few months of not playing online.
Yeah.
And I got up against a Fahkumram. I was even ready for the throw. I was like, I know he's gonna do it. I hit 1+2 almost every single time. And I was like, I swear it should have broken, but it didn't. And I didn't break it a single time throughout all the matches we played. And I got so frustrated. I was like, God, I hate online. And then I stopped playing online again. Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about Snake Edge in a sense. Because I swear sometimes I see it coming
Crouch.
and I press crouch guard.
Yeah.
And I get hit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I swear I pressed it before it even like hit me. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's online, man.
Yeah. I mean the game already has. This is something I don't know about Tekken Tag 2 or any of the previous Tekken games, but Tekken 7 has a native lag of 3 frames.
Yeah.
So before you do anything, there's already 3 frames of lag.
It used to be like 8 frames.
Oh, it used to be 8?
It used to be 8 when it's during its first release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they shaped it down.
It's 3 frames of native lag that you cannot do anything about, regardless of what monitor, controller, game system you're playing on. 3 frames. Flat.
And then you got your controller input delay as well, which does have input delay.
Sure, everybody's does.
Yeah, and then there's online.
Well, there's monitor delay.
Oh yeah, then there's monitor. Well, if you have a good monitor, that's not a big deal. But
I mean, all of this adds up, though, right?
It does.
Yeah.
That throw was so annoying for me to deal with. Oh God, I got so frustrated. But yeah, that's the general gist.
I think that's it for us on the on the 3.31 changes.
Overall, I think it's good.
I think both of us really like the direction that the developers took on changing the aspects of the characters who are less represented and bringing them more into the spotlight in terms of, well, I don't think it brings them in the spotlight, but at least helps them out, gives them something.
Throws them a bone.
Yeah.
It shows that they're listening as well, which I think is very important, because before everyone was like, you guys are just doing it because you want to change up, you want this character to be shown more. Well, now it shows that they are actually listening to what we have to say. as a community.
Yes,
So I think that's very
absolutely.
important. I still think it'd be
Yeah.
nice to get notes for why they did the changes that they did for like certain important changes, but
Mhm.
I think overall this was very much a success and way better than 3.30.
Yeah. And the notes, here's the thing. The notes, this for any developers who are listening, the notes don't have to be super specific for every single move, right? It does not have to be super specific. If all you guys want to say is something like all of these balances for Gigas, if all you want to say is want to like looking to make Gigas better and more competitive,
That's fine.
that's plenty. Like,
Yeah.
that's plenty for that, right? But the other things that are, let's say, things that are more out there that players are kind of scratching their heads like, why would you do that? Those types of things probably a little bit more of an explanation. But if all you want to say for Gigas is like, oh, we've noticed that the character is very underrepresented in terms of tournaments as well as online play, and we just want to give the character some minor buffs to see how this improves his presence in terms of just representation, that's purely fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That just tells us like, hey, okay, they at least know what they're doing and they have reasonings behind it. And it'll
Yeah.
be easier if we don't disagree, at least we know why they did it, rather than just being like, you guys doing it for no reason, you know? Yeah.
You know what I would really like in the next iteration of Tekken, and this will bring us to the next topic, but the next iteration of Tekken, if Tekken is big enough, I would love for them to have a team dedicated, kind of like you used to play League of Legends, right? Everybody did at some point.
No. Oops.
No?
I've never played League. I watch League.
What?
I watch League tournaments like competitively,
Oh my God.
but I don't play. I've never played in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've played Hearthstone, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, in Hearthstone, sometimes they would make videos, the developers would make videos and posts just to explain things.
Oh yeah.
So that the players could see.
Yeah.
I think, and the developers, honestly, like Bandai Namco could honestly reach out to content creators to have them create the videos too. So it would be on the official Bandai
that
Namco
would be
website.
sweet.
And the thing is, just to explain, at least they could early on explain to the content creators about
Like there's an embargo. They tell you this,
Like-
and you can make your video, and then when this date, when it comes to this date, this time, you can release your video.
Right. So the basically what I want to see is them taking the information, give it early on to a content creator, explain to the content creator exactly what it is, so that people don't have to just sit there scratching their heads understanding what the thing is, right?
I don't have to
For
rush out
instance,
my
the
videos
Fahkumram
anymore.
one.
Yeah.
So the Fahkumram of 4-3+4. If you didn't know, like even if you, I don't care, even if you labbed Fahkumram, this was a very minor thing for you to understand what
Yeah.
happened.
Pretty much.
So if they could get that information out to somebody early on, and then somebody else would make a video saying, "Oh, look, these are the season, 3.31 changes, and this is the direction that the developers took these changes in, and the ideas and thoughts behind it, yada yada yada." And I think that would be a fantastic thing to have in Tekken 8. And if the developers and Bandai Namco want to do all this in-house, that would be great too.
Good. That
just
would
do a
be
video.
good community interaction as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Like just every single patch, just have a patch note section. It could be like a 7-minute video. These are the changes. These are why. And here's how it fixed the character.
I don't have to rush out my update videos then. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. I don't think they'll do it, but it would be pretty sick if they do.
I think we'll have to see on the sales. Maybe they will.
Yeah, it really heavily depends.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. We might be getting a potential season 4. It's not officially confirmed, and I don't know how legitimate the Steam things are, and Main Man's video. I didn't watch his video on it, but I'm sure he said some stuff. But yeah, in the case that we do get a season 4, I think some of us have a wish list of what we want, and I don't really know what I want, so Peter, you can take away for this one.
Okay, I know what I want.
Yeah.
All right, bring back June, please. That's the number one thing I want.
Everyone wants Kunimitsu.
June. I don't really care too much about Kunimitsu.
You're gonna trigger a lot of people here. Oh shit.
I don't really care too much about Kunimitsu. But my main thing is bring back June. Number 2, more stages, please. I think already the stage selection feels a little bit more lopsided towards obviously the stages that have walls. So maybe what they can do is take some of the old Tekken games,
import them over.
Import them, redo the graphics, add some more flair to them so that they're more interesting to look at. Some of the stages that are iconic is, let's say, the Yoshimitsu Forest stage, right? Yoshimitsu's Forest stage. That one's really iconic. There's another one. I think it's is it the Fountain in Tekken 6? There's a Fountain one I think a lot of people like. Moonlight Wilderness. Please bring that shit back. I love Moonlight Wilderness.
That's pretty good too. I like Moonlight Wilderness. I
like the violin. It's like yeah.
So good.
I love that. So please, I will shell out money for those stages. those are iconic to Tekken.
Those are pretty good. I would like more stages as well. I don't know how I feel about bringing in more infinite stages. I think, how many do we have? 3, right? We have 3.
Yeah, we have 3, but 4 if you include the fire stage that turns into an infinite stage on the
Oh yeah, that one too. I actually really like that one. That's why I hate
that one.
That's why I hate
fucking red everywhere.
Oh no.
Also, Bandai Namco, no more red stages. No.
Yeah, the stage looks terrible if you don't have mods on. They are so bad. Both of the lava stages are awful on the eyes. And when I'm watching tournaments, because tournaments don't put mods, right, obviously. So, I'll go from my game and then I'll go to watch their game. I'm like, oh my god, does it really look that bad? I completely forgot. But I really like something like that, the transition from wall to infinite. That's why I hate the other one, the Brimstone and Fire. It's just boring. It's just a lava precipice of fate. That's what I felt like. I definitely would like some older stages would be cool. Yeah, that electric fountain, that would be sick. I would love to get that track, Karma. That would be so sick. Yeah.
See, here's the thing, right? As Infinite Azure has 2 versions.
Yeah.
I think Infinite Azure should just be one stage, but you can just toggle on night mode or day mode. Right?
Okay.
Think about that. It's a stage, but you can toggle on night mode or day mode.
Well, we have 2 jungle outposts.
We do. And you should just be able to toggle them on day, night, or afternoon, morning, right? So do that. Have a toggle for it, and it's real simple, right? Because when you select the stage, you press the 3 button.
Yeah.
To select the stage. And
you can make it like the character customization.
Yeah.
Pick which one. Yeah. Okay. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
And so
sick.
then we have room for the another infinite stage then.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also just having more variety on stages, especially for people who've been playing a while, you kind of get tired of the same old stages. And the same thing with G Corp Helipad. Make it so that you can just toggle between daytime and nighttime. Do you understand what I'm saying, Keith?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It feels cheapened
when
yes, you do the random select, and there's 2
of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you mean. It's kind of like when they put in the 7.0 stages, like the Twilight Conflict 2, Jungle Outpost 2, and then people are just like, wait, these are just like old assets. What the fuck? I mean, it's cool, but they're the same shit. Packaged differently. It's what it is. For me, I don't have much stuff that I want. There's only 3 things I want. Okay, it's very simple. Noctis 122.
Oh boy, this is.
Noctis 122, I just want it to be +4 on hit, please. +4. +1 is way too shit. +4 at least. Devil Jin, I want his up forward 4 back. I think he really suffers without it, to me. And last,
combo.
like, I just want the back 4 back, you know? Be able to get the back 4 back.
You can at the wall.
Yeah, but you know, I want it out in the open as well. I want it to be season 1 and 2 up forward 4. That's okay. Last change is a big one. This is a big ask, but I think it's definitely possible. I want Tifa in the game. And that's just me liking Tifa too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
Tifa would actually be a great fit in Tekken.
That's what everyone
Just
said
get
when
rid of
Noctis came out.
Look. Just get rid of Noctis, get Tifa in the game. Because here's why, right?
You can't say that to a
really
Noctis
use
main.
a weapon.
Oh yeah, she does.
Tifa's not a weapon expert. She's a
martial arts. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a fighting game fighting hand-to-hand combat character, and I think that would be amazing.
When Noctis was first announced, and everyone was like, "Wait, isn't Tifa like a way better fit?" And you know what? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you should agree.
Yeah, I mean, I like playing Noctis a lot. His down forward 2 is the only move that keeps me playing him. But I would love to see Tifa.
Of all the moves, you choose down forward 2. Interesting.
Down forward 2 is really what? Wait.
No, down forward 2 is good.
Yeah, it's
down
really
forward 2 is
good.
good, but
4 for 1 plus 2 as well. Those two are like the two moves
Yeah.
that keep me there. But I think
4 for 1 plus 2, yeah.
4 for 1 plus 2 is hella good. But Tifa, I think she would, not only would she fit really well, I think there's a lot of people that like her enough where they would actually buy Tekken 7 to play her. So I think it would be good for the game as well in terms of sales. I genuinely think that people would buy Tekken for Tifa. Like no cap.
I actually think Tifa would be one of the best DLC characters that gets sold.
Yes. She would
better
overtake
than
Armor King
Geese.
right away.
And, overtake Geese and Armor King. Easy.
Yeah. I think she would. She's a popular enough character because people love her personality. So
And just buff the shit out of her in the beginning. Just in the beginning, just like buff the shit out of her. Down forward 1 plus 12 on
give her the Leroy treatment.
Give her the Leroy treatment, right?
Yeah.
Down forward 1 plus 12 on
Plus
hit.
12.
It's
Guaranteed
like,
some fucking dumb shit.
Yeah. Down forward 1 doesn't even have a string attached. Down forward 1 on its own, guaranteed.
Yeah. She would be pretty sick. I think with the recent Final Fantasy VII being big and all, it's definitely possible, I think. And since Square has collaborated with Namco for Noctis, they could do it again easily, I think.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
What other characters from Final Fantasy VII would you like to see?
I would say Cloud, but he's already in Smash. So I think Aerith would be a bad choice.
Aerith would be a terrible choice.
Barret would also be a bad choice. You know what? Fuck you. I'm going to say Marlene.
Really?
Let me see the kid. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Mugamog?
It's really hard to say.
It'd be like a Bears character. It'd be like a Bears character.
I feel like Tifa's like the best fit, honestly. She really is the best fit from a Final Fantasy franchise. She'd be sick, dude. Tifa, chef's kiss. So good. Great design. Great personality. Good looks. All around great.
Yes.
Enough people love her where they would buy the game for her. I would love to see Tifa. Hopefully, and I would like for her to be... I don't like the DLC characters being too... Like, the guest DLC characters being too good, because, you know, the Akuma Geese shit, where basically everyone was like, ugh, guest characters. So, I like her to be, like, you know, upper mid-tier. That would be pretty sick. I feel like nobody's complained about Noctis in a long time, after they nerfed his down back 1+2 and down back 2.
Yeah.
I like Noctis where he is. He's not good enough where people will complain about him, but he's...
Well, here's the thing. Before the changes, down back 2 Delta Thrust was a pain in the ass to deal with.
It was.
Because online, yes, it is quote-unquote reactable.
Sort of,
yeah.
It's like on the brink of it.
That's like why I say quote-unquote. Like, it's reactable, but online, that shit is unreactable.
No way.
And certain characters don't get a proper while standing punish because their arms are just too tiny, right? Like, if you get down back 2 on Kazumi, good luck trying to, like while standing punish.
No, she can while standing too. She can while standing too, that shit.
even at max range.
Hwoarang 2 has great range. And also, down back 2 is one of those lowest where if you block it, it kind of pulls Noctis in. It's not like
I know that
at
some
tip
characters
range
have
is like
issues. I know that some character, like maybe Jin, might have issues.
maybe yeah, Jin maybe might have issues. I have tried it with Jin though. I don't think it's a big problem for Jin. But yeah, after they decrease the range of that shit, decrease the tracking,
Yeah.
Noctis has reached that point where he's not good enough where people complain about him being a guest character that's too good, but he's not weak where he's like, oh, please give Noctis buffs. So I like where he is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want Tifa to be like, I don't know, A tier Tifa. Why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't be too hard to bring in Tifa. God, I love Tifa. Oh, she's so good. Any other things you want? I don't really have much things I want for season 4, if it even comes.
I mean, I don't want to talk about like frame data changes too much about season 4 because that's a whole new can of worms. But
true. Quarter circle back 3 plus 8.
knocks down on a regular hit.
Knocks down a regular hit. Launches on counter hit now. Wait, that's 7.0.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I don't know. I honestly think that we have enough characters in the game. We shouldn't introduce too many characters.
No.
But let's introduce more stages.
We got so many characters, dude. We got too many characters.
Too many characters already. So only do like 2 characters. I know characters generally bring in more, revenue for the game, but let's do some of the older stages. I would really love to see more of the Tekken 3, Tekken 4.
I agree.
Tekken 5, 6 and tag like stages. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And be more creative with I think they could be more creative with the game like stages, right?
Yeah.
I think they could do a wall break, and then after a wall break, you have to like turn, right? Maybe it's like an L-shaped stage.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like
okay. Wait,
I
that would
think
be
it could-
so weird.
Of course, it would be weird, but at
Wait,
the same
that would
time,
introduce
like,
corners, right? Like like a corner that's angled in a way where. Wait, that would be so weird. I'm like an L. If it's like an L-shaped stage, like the inner corner would be like a normal corner, but then the other one would be like super weird. It'd be so weird.
I mean, there are stages that are octagon shaped, so you don't have to do it a L in like a harsh 90 degrees. You could do it like
rounded.
Yeah, kind of rounded. Like, for instance, the arena and also Dragon's Nest.
Oh yeah.
You could do it so it's more rounded.
Oh, you know what I want? I want that hallway stage from story mode. That'd be sick, dude.
Oh, that's like super narrow.
Yeah. It would be super interesting though as a stage.
How would that work?
The only problem is there's too many wall breaks.
Yeah, there's too many wall breaks.
There's too many wall breaks.
There's like 6 wall breaks.
Yeah, and the distance is not too long where you could probably reasonably make a death combo out of it pretty easily.
Yeah, probably.
But that stage would be sick. Some people have done mods for it, and it looks so cool. I would like that.
But I think more stages is probably the best thing for Tekken. And like I said, the one where you can toggle the stages with the one button, so that it's kind of like the character customization one where you choose the different costumes.
That'd be so
you choose the
interesting.
different one. And there's no reason why they can't just there's no reason why they can't do like a morning, a noon, and then a night one.
It's just lighting.
A morning, noon, night for everyone. It's just lighting.
Yeah.
You literally like go in, change the lighting for it, and that's it.
Thank God for modders, by the way. I just have to say that.
Yes.
Thank God for modders, because if it weren't for them, first off, my videos would look way worse. Because I use
they would.
I use mods all the time to make a video look. It makes the video look way nicer. But even aside from that, there's some stages like the lava stages that look so much better with mods on. Just because of
By the way,
how
I used the
shit.
colorblind one.
Oh, there's a colorblind one?
Yeah, there's a colorblind one from Brimstone and Fire where it makes the ground grayish black, like lava that's hardened, so it's not red. And then the background, everything that's red is toned down.
Thank God, yeah.
Because otherwise it's really
so
obnoxious.
bad,
For instance, imagine playing a Gigas who's red, has black
It's
hands.
really hard to see, yeah.
it's really hard to see the throw breaks.
You
on
know
that
Dragon's
stage.
Nest nighttime when it's raining?
Yeah.
I was playing Noctis on there once, and because Noctis' shit is blue and the stage is so blue, it was like really hard on the eyes for me.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, this shit is obnoxious. So thank God for stage modders. They do a lot of great work and they put it out for free and it looks great. So
Yes.
I love stage modders. I love you guys. Thank you.
To be honest, I would pay like $5 to all the stage modders.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
if they
Yeah.
were- yeah.
Patreon. Open up a Patreon. Oh, some shit. Yeah, that'd be sick. Thank you, stage modders. You guys make us content creators have nicer videos.
I would also like Bandai Namco to interact more with the community in the same sense that StarCraft used to, where remember people would make custom maps to play on.
Oh, there's custom
like,
games on
2v
StarCraft. Yeah.
So like 2v2 maps, 4v4 maps, 1v1 maps. And then what they did was the maps that they liked, they actually introduced it into the pro circuits. those maps.
Okay.
So I think if the stage modders did something really nice, then Bandai Namco should definitely like get in touch with them and say, hey, look, this is a really amazing stage. I think
Yeah.
we want to put this out as a DLC content. Would you be okay? And then maybe like
Give them a payment.
5% or
Yeah.
10% of the cut.
That would
goes
be
to the
so
modder.
sick, dude. That
And
would be
this would
great.
introduce more interaction with the community. So
Yeah.
I think this would be great.
Because stage modders have been doing this for so long, and like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it would be great if the official like development team actually recognize them for their work. It's like, we like what you do, and we like that you're helping the game out basically. So we just wanna put it in officially and reward you for it. It would be so sick.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
all of our content would just be a lot worse.
Oh,
Didn't have
so
stage
much.
modders. Because I know that like when
it's-
because I don't always do the character guides quite like you do.
Oh yeah.
And I do more like the lessons and stuff. And some of the stages just not conducive to that.
Oh, yeah.
It's obnoxious to show something on some of the stages because there's so much
Yeah.
shit going on.
Yeah.
And the stage modders, they're like able to make nice clean stages
Mm-hmm.
that you can clearly show the characters and not focus too much on the background.
Yep. Yeah. I as a content creator, it's a lifesaver to have stage mods because one, I like pretty looking videos. and two, some of the stages are just so bad that you can't even use them without mods. It's like I have a mod for Devil's Pit, which is called Galaxy's Pit, and it looks so good. And Devil's
Yeah,
Pit by
it's the one with the blue sky and then it's like a tan beige colored ground,
it's
right?
it's the one, yeah, it's sort of like that, and there's still lava and it's like a starry sky. It
Yeah,
looks
yeah, yeah.
really, really good. And without that, I'm just like, I would never use that stage. So it would be nice to give them some recognition. Like for season 4, just like introduce new versions of the stages. Can't be that hard. There's all these mods out there. Just take the files and like ask the creators of them. It's like, hey, can we use these? We'll give you a royalty or whatever. Yes, it can't be that bad, Oh,
You know
got
what
all,
actually would be a great idea? Instead of doing daytime, do seasons for some of the stages.
oh,
like
well, that would be.
Infinite Azure during the spring.
Well, I
like,
don't
it
have
would be
seasons,
exactly
mate.
the way it is. and then during, or maybe like during the spring, like there's the lighting changes, and then the summer lighting changes, but then like the fall, there's a couple of like things like floating in the water, like leaves and stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
in the winter time, it's frozen over.
That would be sick. That would be so cool.
Each stage has like 4 options.
Yeah, easy. You got all the people doing the work for you already. Just all the work is done. They just have to just introduce it officially, because there's a lot of people who, one, they don't understand how stage modding works. Like I still have comments on my videos like, how did you get your stage to look like this? So clearly they don't know what mods are. And secondly, the people on PS4 suffer
Oh, right.
because they don't have access to these mods. So yeah, I think it would be very nice to have
Me too.
an option like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have, honestly.
Yeah. I think that's about it for this episode.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
you
a
think?
shorter episode than the last 2 or last 3.
I mean, it's already an hour, but
But
yes.
it's generally we try and aim for an hour, but usually we go to like an hour 20, hour 15. So this time we're roughly around an hour. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the episode, of course, follow both of us on YouTube, Twitter. We make content and stuff. Links to our socials will be in the description if you're watching the video version of this. If you're on the audio version, you can find it's not going to be in the show notes. You can just find it in the description of the video version. You can just go look up the video version on YouTube and you'll find it. And you can follow all of us if you aren't already, of course. Peter, any last words to say if you want to?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out all of our contents on both of our YouTube channels, and you can reach us on Twitter as well.
And our Discord servers as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.